Nearly 100 years after its founding, the Port of Long Beach has become the hub for a key intermodal network, linking Long Beach to markets throughout the United States and the world. Today, Long Beach is not only the premier U.S. port for the Pacific Rim and world trade, but we are also a global leader, pioneering new technologies and environmental initiatives to make sure we meet not only our customers' needs, but also the needs of the world community. But what exactly is it that makes the Port of Long Beach unique and a great place to do business? Located less than an hour from the open seas, the Port of Long Beach provides its customers with immediate access to Southern California, home of the world's 7th largest economy, where they find over 18 million consumers, not to mention the infrastructure needed to transfer goods anywhere in the United States. All this and great weather year-round. Whether it's shipping raw materials or finished goods, aboard a small freighter or the latest generation post-Panamax container ship, we have the infrastructure to handle it. Deep water, expansive berths, giant cranes, and vast cargo terminals. The numbers say it all. With 10 piers and 80 berths covering 35 miles of waterfront, and more than 3,200 acres of land, the Port of Long Beach is one of the largest and busiest seaports in the United States. Size isn't all. The Port of Long Beach is also one of the world's most versatile seaports. Why? Because half of the terminals, which is more than any other U.S. port, have wharves spanning up to 5,000 feet in length and berths with water depths of as much as 50 feet, making them capable of hosting the world's largest vessels. And with our main channel dredged to a depth of 76 feet, the deepest in the U.S., even the largest liquid bulk tankers and container vessels can easily and quickly enter and depart Long Beach. Whether transporting raw materials like petroleum coke or containerized consumer products, the Port of Long Beach has the right facility to handle every need. There are terminals that specialize in break bulk, neo bulk, and general cargo, as well as 2 dry bulk export terminals. In addition, there's covered storage for 640,000 metric tons of product. Long Beach is home to the busiest oil terminal on the U.S. West Coast. Long Beach is also among the world's busiest container seaports, with 7 major container terminals covering more than 1,300 acres. This diversity allows our customers to transport whatever they want, including raw materials like petroleum coke, lumber, and cotton, finished goods such as apparel and furniture, consumer products like electronics, toys, and cars, agricultural products such as wheat, fruits, vegetables, fish, and meat, as well as heavy machinery, chemicals, plastics, and steel. All at one seaport. But as you know, unloading and loading cargo dockside is only half the story. Making sure that all goods are on their way quickly and efficiently is the other half of the story. Here, the Port of Long Beach truly sets the standard. Currently, nearly 2/3 of all the cargo that passes through Long Beach is headed for destinations or originates in areas east of the Rocky Mountains, arriving in New York faster than with direct ocean routes. How? The answer is on-dock rail. Our commitment to increasing productivity and reliability began in 1986, when the Port of Long Beach was the first U.S. port to build an on-dock rail yard linked to the cross-country rail network. Soon after, Long Beach partnered in the $2 billion project to improve the rail link between waterfront and inland rail yards, building the Alameda Corridor to further speed cargo across the country. Today, 5 of the container terminals offer on-dock ship-to-rail service with an additional 240-acre intermodal transfer facility only 4 miles away. But this is only the beginning, as further improvements are already in the design and planning stages to redevelop older terminals and to develop all new terminals where possible. Currently, the highway and rail system between Long Beach and the rest of the U.S. offers the greatest transportation capacity, and with ongoing investments in our infrastructure, coupled with great weather year-round, our customers can count on the timely delivery of their goods anywhere in the United States. As the world population continues to increase and the environmental impacts of our transportation system become more evident, we strongly believe that growth will come only with a focus on sustainability. That's why we instituted our groundbreaking Green Port policy that is designed to help the port and our business partners work together to increase trade while minimizing the impact on the environment. From wildlife and clean water programs to air quality and soil improvements, the Green Port policy is a sweeping ethic that covers every aspect of port operations. With the support of our shipping line customers, we instituted a Green Flag program, which offers lower dockage fees for ships that consistently slow down in the harbor district, a measure that significantly reduces air pollution. This, plus numerous other technological innovations and pollution reduction practices here, are leading the maritime industry in the greening of ports worldwide. But all of these benefits would mean little if the quality of our people and service to our customers was not outstanding. From port pilots and longshore workers to top managers and overseas representatives, all our people are not only highly trained, but also committed to success. Because when it comes to deadlines, delivery dates, and turnaround times, the Port of Long Beach works daily to make sure that the thousands of ships coming to Long Beach are serviced quickly and safely, so they can be on their way back across the ocean as soon as they're reloaded. So if you're looking for a port with a great location and a robust and versatile infrastructure that can handle any size vessel or product, plus a passion for the environment, Long Beach is your port.
We're in the middle or just starting phase of a 3-phase project here. When it started, it took many different forms. What we wanted to be was the most technologically advanced, most efficient, most cost-effective container terminal in the United States. And I think we've achieved that. My name is Anthony Otto. I am the president of Long Beach Container Terminal. This whole terminal is all about automation. It's the first broad-scale, fully automated container terminal in the United States. What we've achieved here is a major paradigm shift in our industry, certainly here in Southern California or for within the United States. To be allowed to proceed with this project, we went through a very long, difficult EIR, an environmental impact study, to make sure that the impact of this facility on the rest of the city, downtown, and the surrounding communities was kept to an absolute minimum. We're happy now to say that we are the first near zero emission container terminal in the United States. Right now, behind me, you see about 1 million TEU worth of capacity, which we went live on in April of 2016. And at full build out, which is estimated to be first quarter of 2021, we will be at a full 3.3 million TEU of design capacity. It's been a rocky road, no doubt. 10 years ago it didn't look exactly like this, but over the twists and turns of going around the world to figure out the existing and the emerging technologies that are out there, the best designs, and kind of putting all those together in what we believe is the next best design for a container terminal. But it's been a fun ride. think we've been able to get up to a stable place in which productivity has been improving month over month, which is all you can really ask for. I think it shows great signs of improvement as we go forward into 2017, and we expect great things. We have a union called the ILWU. We walked with them for years now, explaining to them what the technology was, its impact on their workforce. Our commitment to them was to bring them along, to train them up in the new higher skilled jobs of tomorrow. And they've embraced that, and they're doing very well. And anyone who works here now, the same guy who used to drive the crane out in the yard 8 hours a day is now doing it from a remote console, sipping coffee and listening to light music and air conditioning. ABB has been an outstanding partner. They've been involved in every part of this, from the rail to the yard, to the automated stacking cranes, to the ship-to-shore cranes, everything in concert with Navis N4, which is our TOS, as well as the Teams product for the AGVs. And ABB has been an incredible partner in just collaborating with those other two to make sure that all those pieces fit together and that this terminal operates really efficiently.
My name is Eric Gonzalez, and I'm a remote operator at Long Beach Container Terminal. I've been driving cranes for 20 years now, and it's a little different up here though because I'm not attached to the crane. I'm now away from the crane, looking through screens, and so it's a big difference, but very similar task. I call it we're sort of babysitting the cranes because we're up here now and we're overseeing all the cranes out there in the field. We assist and help with the ship, the rail, and the dock of loading and unloading truck drivers. We pick up the containers, we land the containers, we move the containers, we adjust the containers, we reshuffle the containers, anything that it takes to keep the ship, the dock, and the rail moving. Right now we're working 3 desks right now, and we're babysitting 32 cranes right now, which is quite a big number. The teamwork is really well. There was a lot of concern at first about how it was going to work, and I think that being alongside with the clerks and the maintenance department really helps because they're just a call away instead of a radio call, which sometimes can take time. It really works out. It speeds things up, and it's a lot more efficient. I really like working in a controlled environment. I now get to rest my back a lot because driving the other crane, I'm bent over quite a bit, like in this position. Now I get to sit and relax. It's clean. I get to drink a lot of water, which is a lot healthier because when you're up in the crane, you don't get to drink a lot of water because you don't get to come up and down. I really like the new controlled environment.
Big doesn't begin to describe March 16th at the Port of Long Beach. You are looking at the MSC Fabiola, the largest container ship ever to call on a North American port. The Fabiola docked at Pier T on Terminal Island, completing its maiden Trans-Pacific voyage.
I think it's obvious. I think you need to bring your cargo to Long Beach because we can take care of these ships at any size, as big as they can get, and we'll do it safely and productively.
This massive vessel is 1,200 feet or 4 football fields in length as wide as a 10-lane freeway, and can carry up to 12,500 container units. The larger ships typically serving North America top out at about 8,000. Ships this size cut costs for ocean carriers as their efficient engines reduce diesel consumption and its environmental impacts. This voyage marks the beginning of a new trend in Pacific Rim trade as a string of similar ships are expected in Long Beach in the months and years to come.
Oh, absolutely, and I don't think it's just us. I think it's going to be a lot of steamship lines. The ships are out there. The larger the vessel, the less vessels you'll have to have in the service. You're always looking to the future.
On a per container basis, the ship will burn less fuel, and fuel cost right now is the largest component of a vessel's operations.
At 76 feet, the Port of Long Beach has the deepest channel in North America. With larger cranes, massive modern terminals, and a vast network of rail yards and warehousing facilities, the port is tailor-made for this new generation of ships.
Right now everything was working fine, so just perfect.
We've got a couple more over the next few weeks that are in excess of 11,000 containers. So the big ship movement has started into Long Beach, and we're ready.
The second largest port in the United States, the Port of Long Beach, has now officially opened almost 6 miles of new rail track, allowing the port to continue expansion while decreasing truck traffic and air pollution.
And expanding our on-dock rail capabilities is key to that continuous and continuing expansion of our business. It accommodates the kind of growth that we anticipate going forward, which is really going to be, at least in our time, a doubling of capacity here at the Port of Long Beach. We have moved from 23% on-dock rail capacity, we've moved it to 28%. Within 2 years, we'll be at 35%. And our goal is to push this all the way up to 50%.
It reflects an incredible partnership at the local level, our state partners, and also with the federal government to bring together $93 million to plant into the ground an additional 30,000 feet of track so that we can improve the reliability of our cargo, the velocity with which it leaves our ports, and also at the same time reduce the air emissions.
Port of Long Beach carries more than 40% of the nation's cargo. Therefore, with the completion of this project, it will enhance the port's efficiency as well as to benefit the rest of the nation.
This Greenport Gateway project is part of a $1 billion investment in rail the Port of Long Beach is making over the next decade as part of a modernization program to strengthen the port's competitiveness and reduce port-related impacts to the environment. For more information, visit polb.com.
For over 100 years, the Port of Long Beach has been growing and adapting to provide reliable, efficient, and sustainable port operations to benefit our local community, regional partners, and national economy. To remain competitive, the port must continually adapt to changing industry practices while upholding its strong commitment to providing a modern, efficient, and green gateway that is a model for ports worldwide. For this reason, the port has embarked on a comprehensive planning process to review and update the existing Port Master Plan, which guides land use and future development in the Harbor District, an area spanning over 7,000 acres of land and water. A master plan update is needed to incorporate years of amendments and give consideration to changes in the global shipping industry, technological advances, and new environmental factors. The original master plan was certified by the California Coastal Commission in 1978. Comprehensive updates to the master plan occurred in 1983 and 1990. Since then, a number of amendments have been adopted to allow developments, such as the building of Middle Harbor and the new Gerald Desmond Bridge. These projects are imperative to maintaining a state-of-the-art maritime infrastructure that also meets community needs. This master planning effort will guide the port's future investments to accommodate demand for cargo, modernize facilities to handle bigger ships and more on-dock rail, support Greenport policy initiatives, and be a steward of public tidelands in service to the port's many users and our local community. The initial formation for this third comprehensive update has been informed by recent studies and initiatives, including a cargo forecast update, land use study, and Clean Air Action Plan, which lays out an aggressive and innovative strategy to achieve a near-zero emission port. By providing a clear vision and streamlining the development process, the port will be able to continue supporting thousands of local jobs, ensure the reliable movement of cargo, and continue funding with development revenues, shoreline improvements, and the Community Grants Program, which supports dozens of nonprofit organizations in Long Beach. As the master plan is updated, public involvement is critical to ensure all perspectives vital to the success of the Green Port of the future are incorporated. To encourage broad participation in the planning process, the port will be engaging stakeholders through our Let's Talk Port sessions, interactive workshops, and online platforms. Regular updates are available at www.polb.com/masterplanupdate. The port invites all stakeholders to be a part of this exciting process. Help us plan for the Green Port of the future.